Lake Yale actually was first listed by Florida Department of Environmental Protection in 2002 as an impaired water body. The habitat was degrading. We were seeing more algal blooms, more algal toxins, more lake closures. When I start talking about phosphorus, when I say the lake was getting into an impaired state, usually when that happens, we start to see too much phosphorus in the lake, get poor habitat. About 80% of the phosphorus that's entering this lake is coming from within the lake, internal loading or internal recycling. So only 20% of the phosphorus was coming in from the surrounding watershed. So a lot of what we do in lake management is phosphorus management. If we can get those phosphorus levels down lower, we get better habitat, better water quality conditions in general. Aluminum sulfate is a full name. Alum is a trade name. It's a liquid product. When it is added to the lake, it binds on to the phosphorus that's down in the bottom mud. And it keeps it locked up down there. It will not redissolve. It chemically binds onto that. It won't redissolve and it can't come up into the overlying water. The total dose is a little over 5 million gallons of alum. We're doing it in 4 separate phases. So this is the first phase. We'll do about a quarter of the dose every 6 to 12 months.
The Lake Yale project is extremely important to me because this lake has been experiencing a lot of problems for, like almost 20 years or so. I can't tell you how important it is to me as a native Floridian, as a Lake County resident, as a mother and as a grandmother, that we actually protect and preserve and improve the water quality of our lakes and our waterways in Lake County and throughout Florida.
One of the largest lakes that's ever had an alum application done to it. There's a lot of water quality monitoring that goes into this to make sure that we're getting the benefits that we want during and then after the application so we can document the improvements. This is our biggest alum application barge, and it was built for this project. This project needs a large application system given the size of the lake. It's all GPS guided. There's a computer on board there where we download our map, exactly where we're going to apply it and at what dose. And the computer just guides us. The driver drives on straight A-B lines back and forth like you'd be mowing your lawn. It keeps track of that on the computer screen so we know where we've been. The precision of the application is very important, especially on a lake this size.
I'm 7th generation native Floridian. And so my blood is in this waterway, my blood is in this countryside. When we talk about the issues that have become Lake Yale, we mainly look at water quality impact. So water quality, if it becomes detrimental enough, it can alter or inhibit certain areas of the food chain or the food web, and that can cause crashes within populations of largemouth bass, for an instance.
We get a lot of questions about the safety of the product, and it indirectly improves the water quality by binding the excess nutrients and keeping them out of the system and away from nuisance organisms. So over time you end up with less algae in the lake. But there's no need to close the boat ramps, there's no need to close it to fishing. It's safe in all that regard.
So when this treatment is done in 4 years, not only will the public see better improved fish and wildlife benefit and ecological services of this ecosystem.
We get better habitat, just a better lake water quality conditions, less algal blooms, less algal toxins, better clarity, better recreational value, better property value, all of those things that come along with having a higher quality lake.